Yes, everybody, Ross and the West Ham Network. Hope you're safe and well. Man City away. What's the worst that can happen, says Dr. Pepper. I think we know what's the worst that can happen. But what we'll try and do is predict the starting 11 ahead of the game against City, shall we? So, in a few short hours, we take on the current Premier League champions. I don't think they will be the Premier League champions by the end of May, but the current Premier League champions. And for anyone new, we've had a lot of new subscribers, so welcome, thank you. I'm not usually as bunged up, I promise you. I don't usually wear my old merch. See, even Toby, we had hoodies. My was 11 used to have hoodies. Anyway, what I thought we'd do, as we always do, is try to put together the starting 11, and it's. I think there's a number of. We know there's going to be a number of outs. We know no Bowen, obviously no Antonio. Clearly, we know Fabianski will be out for, as of when he got concussed, 10 days. That's the protocol, isn't it? So he won't be playing. Souček returns from his one match suspension. Obviously, we've played halfway now, so the rest of the. If I read correctly, all like yellow cards go back to 0 again now. Halfway, is that right? I think so. And Guillermo Rodriguez returns from his one match suspension. So, small mercies. Now, let's try and get into the 11. Goalkeeper. Obviously, Wes Foderingham comes in. No. Poor Wes, he'll be on the bench. And I imagine Finn Herrick will travel as third choice, which is great experience for him as well. So Areola comes in. Also, the reason why Finn is because Mason will be playing for AFC Hornchurch. I'm sure they got a game today. And Heggie is obviously on loan at Motherwell. But yeah, Finn's a great goalkeeper, I think, for the future. Now, back four, I don't think he's going to do this back three crap that he did against Liverpool. Didn't work. I remember, I think it was Damien talking to Anton. He said, the DNA of this side is 4-2-3-1, and I think that's what you need to lean to. And I don't know why we try and deviate. So if that's the case, Wan-Bissaka, obviously 4-man United player playing against City. I hope Jean-Claire is in because I just don't like Mavropanos. I think he's just. Although I think Jean-Claire is always a mistake waiting to happen, he offers a bit more progressively. So yeah, you might get a mistake out of him, but you'll get a really good progression in terms of getting ball going forward. Max comes back. Obviously, there was some rumblings that he might not have been available for the Liverpool game. But obviously, he was, and that was good. It was good to see him back from there. Possibly could be captain. Possibly. Although I think it might be another player in the side, personally. And then to finish it off, Emerson. Simples. And then I'm going to quickly press all these and make sure that they are distributed correctly and at the top. Otherwise, the old OCD kicks in. It's best we got, isn't it? Best we got. You look back at the game, the Liverpool game, and Areola some great saves, and I have no qualms if Areola's in or Fabianski. You've got two very good goalkeepers. That's why I think you have two very good goalkeepers. There's no downgrade in form, no downgrade in performance. Then it starts getting a bit not interesting, but I mean, there's probably 4, 5, 6 players we've got that could fit in the next. No, it's probably 7 players who could fit in the next 6 positions. I don't think they'll put Rodriguez in, but I think one person who comes back is Tommy Souček, and I think he comes back as captain. But I think Alvarez comes in and sits and just fucking sit. That's all you got to do. It's not hard being a CDM. in this side. Just sit and patrol. Don't try and. There was, I think it was a Liverpool game where Diaz absolutely did him for pace. You shouldn't be that far up the pitch, mate, in my opinion. And then, actually, let's put him to the side, and then alongside him, put Tommy Souček in. As I said, I think Tommy Souček will be captain. If not Tommy Souček, then Max. One of them will be captain. And, obviously Tommy Souček, Czechia captain as well, so makes perfect sense. And then I think the rest of the side probably picks itself. I don't think Soler will come in. I think it'll be Paqueta. I mean, there is a potential to put Soler in maybe instead of Paqueta, potentially. But then you put Kudus on the right. Somerville now, with obviously Bowen's injury, will be getting a run on his left-hand side, and Kudus will be getting a run in his preferred position on the right-hand side. And then start with Füllkrug up front. And then you've got options, not hundreds of options, to be honest, but you've got the options, obviously. You could take off Füllkrug, put on Soler, even push maybe Thomas up to a false nine potentially to feed, to knock-ons for the feed, to feed off for Kudus and Somerville to feed off. You've got Danny Ings to come on, Luis Guilherme as well. I still think there's a place in this side for Andy Irvine. I think, he's really sort of got lost in the wash here. But every time he's come on, he's looked really composed, I thought. But I think that's going to be the side. I don't think it's particularly groundbreaking. I mean, is he going to play a back four with whatever he did last? I don't understand the formations, but I mean, that's the starting 11 in my eyes. And then potentially, obviously, bringing on the likes. I mean, he could go to back three. We've got the players to play a back three if he wanted to. But I don't know whether that's something I think we need, because it's a different type of, from a back four to a back three. Unless you're training that way all the time, it just doesn't. For me, you've got to set out your stall to be one or the other. You can't be one or t'other. You've got to be a back four or a back three. And this all interchanging doesn't help anyone. I don't mind moving the pieces around. I don't mind, if Emerson gets a bit tired, then bringing on Soufal and putting Wan-Bissaka left back and whatnot, or bringing Ollie Scarles for Emerson, or Paqueta, take him off, bring on Soler. I don't mind that. But it's when the formation changes fundamentally from a back four to a back three. That's what I don't understand, because how can you surely can't, unless you're doing half a session as a back four, stop. Now we're going to do half a session as a back three. Invariably, you're going to be more suited to be playing a back four. And when you're playing a side like Man City, the last thing you want is fucking sort of muddledness in terms of how you're going to be set up. Where am I? I'm back. Am I centre back now, or am I right back or right wing back now? I can't. And then that indecision, that's when you the likes of a Jeremy Doku or someone like that will just absolutely turn you on a sixpence. Now, we know that City got a lot of players out as well. They've got a number of players out. The likes of, I had the list there. Where's my list gone? They've got, could have up to 6 players. Obviously, we know Rodri is out. We know Oscar Bob is out. We know Ruben Diaz is out until a couple of weeks' time. Mateus Nunes could come back into the side. Ederson could come back into the side. And John Stones is out. And we know they're not very good at the moment as well. But they're still Man City, and they have more than the ability to just go and bring another 3 or 4 players and just tear us a new one. Anything other than a defeat here tonight, to be honest, I think it's a great result for us. A humongous result for us. Even though City are awful at the moment, they're still Man City. And we're still West Ham. And it's a few games where they haven't sort of really got going. but they can easily just slip back into it, and you know they're going to be chomping at the bits for West Ham. You know they're going to be chomping at the bits. Could it be Julian Lopetegui's last game in charge? Who knows? Obviously, then we play Villa in the Cup next week. Sort of a relative free hit, in all honesty, in the FA Cup. Anything can happen. And then we play West Ham at home as well. 2 home games in quick succession. So great opportunity for new manager to come in and very quickly get the crowd behind him on a Saturday, isn't it? Week off next. I don't know. Anyway, keep an eye on the channel. We'll have to watch it later on. And yeah, I'll be watching it from behind the sofa probably. I'll be doing this live stream from behind the sofa. Take care. Stay safe. Stay warm. Stay humble. Keep the faith. And come on, you bloody irons. Have a smile. Life's too short.